Hello and welcome to another episode of Phoning It In. I'm Michael Carvelli, joined by John Terry and Nick Arthur, and we are back. And John, I have a question for you because this is it's something I've wondered. It's something that I've gotten calls about from my mom, who is now like our favorite YouTube watcher. I think she's past Glenn for like the person who communicates with me most about our
Well, that's
episodes.
good since it's your mother, but
Right. She's very concerned of the temperature in your house every week.
because I'm always wearing a warm hat.
You always have a jacket on. You always have the toboggan on. You always look like you're cold.
So here's what I've learned in the first 18 months of marriage is that I don't ask questions. So one, we keep our house at 68 degrees.
That's
Period.
all
In the
day,
winter.
all night. That is a
The
standard.
the first floor is at 68. Sometimes we'll bump it down to 66 when we go to sleep. The upstairs is kept at 66, which is great because I like to be cold when I sleep.
Heat rises, right?
The basement, we have two separate systems, so it's like we can change things. The basement though does get a little chilly because we have the tile floor, the thermostat's upstairs, so like it's a basement. I mean, it's like insulated and shit, but like it probably gets down to like 65, 66. So at first I was like annoyed about it, and then I got our first gas bill and was totally on board to keep the temperature low. Because we got the gas bill at the house. We also are still doing the gas bill at the apartment.
That's true.
And Chicago winter is not necessarily like the warmest thing. So
you're a little chilly in the basement, right?
yeah, like if I don't wear socks in the base, I'm wearing shorts right now. And
But it's
I
like
always wear a hood.
65, 66.
Yeah, it's gonna be perfect in the summer. It's gonna be great.
That's true.
It's like
So whenever I
65.
tell you guys that it's like a little chilly in LA and it's like 65 and you guys start laughing at me. I mean, John's literally wearing a winter hat and it's
Well,
65.
It's a fair point that you make.
That's fair, but for what it's worth, like I've worn this hat almost every day for like the last. I just love this hat. It's comfy. It's nice and soft. I mean, look at the inside of this thing.
It feels
It's
like
like
it
a
might be
red
itchy.
sheep. No, it's great. I appreciate her concern, and I've actually gotten the similar questions when I get on like work calls. If I'm just having like with our like small team, I'll like wear my hat. So yeah, it's like a little chilly at times, but it's not bad. Like it's not. I don't know. I think like it's just different. Like Seattle, it never got like super cold. Like it was like 1 or 2 weeks a year. And we always lived in like super small apartments that were like basement units, and they just like retained heat really well.
Yeah.
So I think like bigger home, there's like more air drafts and stuff, and like just trying to keep the gas bill to a reasonable number.
Are you working out of the man cave?
So yes and no. I'm trying to more just because I got the TV set up down here, so I can like throw on the news.
Gotta have that.
Of course.
But I don't have a desk, so like I can show you. This is the show and tell, episode.
There's always something every week.
So it's this little like TV dinner
tray,
stand. Yeah. So hopefully, I've been perusing the Facebook Marketplace. I really want like a corner desk to throw
Mahogany, man,
like,
dad.
right back here.
Yeah.
And then, so we'll see. But I don't have the desk yet. But then I'll sometimes go upstairs and like work on the couch or work at like our dining room table or work at the breakfast bar. I just kind of like move around. Like the internet's good down here, and it's like when I'm talking on the phone, it doesn't interrupt Big Mo. So
John made an interesting point that I wanted to mention to you guys as well. He mentioned that he's worn that hat, he said, like every day for the last few weeks. I was thinking about it as I was coming to sit down at my desk tonight for tonight's episode. And I realized that like this is pretty much the only thing that would like hold me accountable for like wearing the same clothes is our podcast.
Every
which
week
is a pretty
thumbnail is gonna show what we're wearing.
I put on this jacket today,
the same shirt for like 4 weeks in a row.
and I thought like, did I wear this jacket last week's episode? Like, did I wear it the episode before? Like, I don't even remember, because with work, like I'm on video, like Teams conversations with people throughout the day. But it's like usually never the same person. It's just kind of this person one, this person another day. And it's like, I don't know, after work, I'll put on like a jacket or I'll kind of put on like my after work hanging shirt. So yeah, our podcast is really the only thing that holds me accountable for changing clothes. So thank you.
It's interesting. So I've been like, I typically just wear like hoodies or whatever, unless I'm on like a call with like, I need to like kind of be dressed up, and I'll just throw on like a polo for the call. Yesterday though, I put on a button down.
Nice.
Doing some interviews, had a button down with some sweatpants.
I hate it, man. Michael's talking about how much he loves putting on a nice,
Man,
outfit
I loved
for work.
it.
It feels good. I
loved
hate it.
Switches it up.
It was so nice. Man, I sat here until 2 a.m. last night. I did not take off that button down until I went upstairs to sleep. It was amazing.
I tried to put on a pair of jeans like 4 months ago.
Okay, well that's different though. Jeans are miserable.
I was like so constricted and uncomfortable. I was like, wait, why did we ever wear these things? This is awful.
I still remember the first time last semester, so it would have been August or September or whatever. The first time that I had to go to campus. So it was like the first time I had to like leave my house in a professional like reason since March. I accidentally left and got like I hadn't gotten on the interstate or anything like that yet, but I had to turn around because I was still like wearing sweats. Just out of habit. I just threw on like a t-shirt and sweats.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, I can't do that. So I had to like stop to get gas. So I got gas and then turned around and went home. And
why do we dress up when we go to work? Like, what's the point? Like, is it like a sign of respect? Like, is that why I put on a button down, or why do we do that? I'm just like, I'm so curious about it now.
I've been lucky enough to be in jobs where they don't care as much. Like, I've never had a job that has been like, you have to wear like a button down and dress pants and like nice like dress shoes every day. Obviously, like working in newspapers, like, I mean, we've been to enough interviews to see like reporters who literally wear sweats and like stained bar t-shirts and stuff like that. Like, I mean, we know that. So newspapers, it didn't matter. When I got to WVU, I would say it's a little more dressy than like newspapers were, but even at WVU, it's like we can wear jeans.
You choose to wear khakis sometimes. It's not like
yeah. If I do that, it's because I'm just like, okay, I'll wear some khakis today or whatever. My jeans are all dirty, but yeah, usually it's like jeans and like sometimes a t-shirt. Never know. Sometimes I do the t-shirt with like the like cardigan or like the button down, like unbuttoned or whatever. Yep. That's my casual look. But a lot of times it'll be like a button down and jeans.
It's so fascinating. I think like at Washington, when I first started, I would always wear khakis, like would wear button downs many times. As I was there longer, and then my job turned more into like, I was a lot more like some days I was hands-on doing like maintenance stuff, and I would wear like, whatever. But by the end, man, like every Friday I'm wearing like fucking sweatpants and a hoodie, like whatever, like wearing a hat, like I don't care. It's interesting though, because I think if you think about like what people wear and like what culture is, right? You're told you got to look nice when you go to work. And I think it's probably like out of like a respect thing, and like it's
to make yourself look
presentable and professional
and yeah, like above the level of somebody who just
doesn't care about themselves, like
just roll out of bed.
It's also relative. In the last 9 months has made it also relative, because all these professional people you see on the camera, half of them have like their PJs on, like their PJ pants on, and they're wearing a button down up top. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think it's fascinating. And it goes back to like, we talk about so much about how the work culture is going to change, and like, are people going to work from home more and all this stuff? I'm wondering if dress is going to be a part of it. Like, is that going to matter? Like, are suits going to be a thing? The basketball coaches used to wear like suits all the time, and now this year they're all wearing like sweats, like polos, whatever. It's like, there was always like one weekend a year when they were doing like the cancer stuff, where they would like raise awareness and wear tennis shoes. And it was a big deal. I wonder if suits are gone for basketball forever. I'm so fascinated by
Yeah,
the pandemic has affected so many parts of culture, but just like the really small stuff, it could totally change forever.
Mm-hmm.
that's a great
Yeah, because I
point.
think people just realize that it doesn't matter as much. Like,
They want to be
Not,
comfortable.
not only just in the sense of, I don't know. I mean, just going through like what we've gone through in 2021, I think whether it's dress, whatever it is, working remote versus working in the office, so much of our society, I think, is going to become more lenient and just like more chill. Um,
Which is
but
probably a good thing.
Right. Yeah.
Very.
Places that required a suit every day, they're probably going to, what, Friday's no suit. Don't worry about it. Or, I'm sure there's going to be like a slow transition to a more casual environment in all types of workplaces.
Yeah.
But I'm with Michael. I've never, my job will have certain like trade shows that I have to go to where I wear a suit. But in general, like day-to-day office stuff, I've never worked a job where I've had to like dress up every day. It's just, decent pants, decent shirt, no shorts, and that's pretty much it.
I think generally, even before this, I would say a lot of offices were getting to that where it's more of like a business casual type
Yeah, I agree.
look. Because really, I'm trying to think of like what jobs would you have to wear like a suit typically every day?
Like Bob Huggins says, a banker. He's not a banker.
A banker,
I don't know. It's that's fair.
politics, I guess. If you're in government,
I'm a bank teller.
if you're like an
Ryan said I
attorney,
should always say I work in finance.
Yeah.
just get to the day where you show up.
Investment banker, maybe. Although that's probably more business casual now, even.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fascinating. It's so fascinating. And but going back to this, I wore a button down and I loved it. It gave me the push. I was so productive wearing that button down. I mean, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like the smell and you feel the shirt on your. Oh God, it was great. I just loved it.
I'm glad it helped you. And like
when you wear a button down and you've been a long day and you've been at work all day and you still got that button down on and you just, it's been a day. Like it's come untucked. Just love it.
I don't know if I've ever felt the exhilaration that you feel from button downs.
Every football game we'd wear suits and by the end of it, you're just like, drinking a beer and it's like, wearing this button down. It's nice. Same feeling.
But yeah, I think I'm looking at our sheet. We usually have like a couple bullet points. This week we really did not do anything. Can
we talk about cream cheese?
I guess. Yeah.
So it's funny. This morning, this is on our list.
The only thing I will say, the only thing that is on our list of topics for this week is cream power rankings. That's it.
This is an important topic.
It's an important topic.
I think our listeners have a lot of interest here.
So I've been eating, I typically never ate breakfast before this whole shindig started 9 months ago because I would rather sleep for like an extra 20 minutes before I had to drive to work. But since then, you're just sitting around the house, you get hungry more often. So I've been eating bagels a lot. Like almost every morning I have a nice everything bagel, toast it up, put a little cream cheese on there. It's phenomenal. Yes, Nick?
Let me admit something real quick about an everything bagel. I was ordering bagels somewhat recently, and I interpreted an everything bagel as like, hey, that's going to come with everything on it. Like that's going to come with the egg and the cheese and everything. But the everything bagel comes with nothing. It just has like spices on it or something. So sorry, just wanted to continue.
Well, did you like the everything bagel?
No, it was awful. It's like,
it's so good.
It's like this weird mixture of like pepper and.
It's not good.
It's pepper, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, or onion, whatever.
Yeah, I've got that in the cabinet. I'll put it on if I want it.
Whatever. Hate on hater. So I was putting on cream cheese this morning, and I was like, this would be a great podcast topic. Okay. I didn't know, if you guys like cream cheese. Like it's a weird thing, which we'll eventually get into our cream power rankings, which sounds so wrong. Then I was like, there are multiple types of cream cheese. You have flavored cream cheese. Mm-hmm. You have like what you get at like an Einstein or something. You have whipped cream cheese. You have the cream cheese that you can buy in like a tub that's not whipped. But then you also have the cream cheese in like the it's like on a rectangular like package with like a little like aluminum foil around it. And you kind of cut it up.
Philadelphia cream
like
cheese.
Butter.
Yeah. So I'm curious. So I've done so we typically buy the little like cardboard carton with the little rectangular brick looking cream cheese thing. When we were out in Colorado, Michael, they buy the tub of like the normal cream
Like
cheese.
this schmear.
But
Yeah.
no. That I would call schmear like whipped cream cheese, like normal, consistently like a heavy consistency cream cheese. But then last week I went to the store and I got some whipped cream cheese, and it was before Christmas when we were in Colorado, of course. And then so anyways, we.
Inside joke. Sorry, just laughing at John for a moment as he realizes something and just
yeah.
nods in approval. But continue.
Yep.
Sorry.
So, but then I got some I got some whipped cream cheese, which is like light and fluffy and just like, man, it's so good. Yes, Nick.
So I was under the impression that we were going to do like a general like
We'll get
cream
there.
pour
We'll
out
get-
power rankings.
yeah,
When
yeah,
you're
we'll
like going into like 10 different cream
Well,
cheeses.
no, we'll get to the cream power rankings. We got plenty of time. This is the only thing left we're talking about. So
Okay.
the question is, one, do you guys like cream cheese? And two, what type of cream cheese do you like? And then like, do you only, so for me, for example, I can only eat cream cheese on bagels. Any other food, I just think it's disgusting. Like cream cheese with like pasta or cream cheese and you have like a chicken and cream cheese mixture. You throw it in like a burrito. Like that's
Who is
gross.
one cream cheese on pasta?
Well, I'm just whatever. That's
That's my question.
that's a horrible example. But like people put cream cheese.
What about it
on
as
their
like an
stuff.
ingredient in very
No.
common foods? So you hate buffalo chicken dip.
Well, yes, because cream cheese is in it. Actually,
You don't know cream cheese is in that. I
You don't.
guarantee you don't know.
Yeah, that's like I don't like ranch, but like I'm fine with that.
So I eat cream cheese in two things. I eat it on bagels and I eat it in mashed potatoes because I love cream cheese and mashed potatoes. It's a family recipe. But really, it's just bagels. I like cream cheese and bagels.
I
Like,
think
cream-
your
can I-
hatred of cream cheese elsewhere is a mental thing because
I do too.
Oh,
if
totally
you like
isn't.
it in freaking mashed potatoes, I'm pretty sure you're going to be okay with buffalo chicken dip.
And here's why I know it's a mental thing. I love cream cheese on a bagel. I would never eat a piece of toast with cream cheese on it. I just wouldn't do it. That's
Yeah, that's a
gross to
weird
me.
combo.
Yeah, because that's
No
not
one does
a
that.
thing. That's not
But
a
it's
thing.
bread. It's bread.
You know what? I like cream cheese on my bagels, but I would never have it with my mac and cheese. Never. No.
Okay. Anyways.
What about on a hot roll? It's like the same type of bagel. Would you have it on a hot roll?
No, I would only eat it on a bagel. I wouldn't put it on any other type of
What
bread.
if you're spreading it on the bagel, a little bit falls on your pinky?
That's a tough one, actually. I would say probably like 7 times out of 10, I throw it away or wipe it off on a napkin. And the other 3 times I might eat it. Cream cheese by itself is not good. It's just, it's
Yeah, butter by itself is not good. Who just eats a tub of
that's
butter?
that's a really good point, Nick. That's a
But
really
you'll
good
eat butter on bagels and
But people
toast.
eat cheese. Well, okay, let's get back. Let's ground
Where's
ourselves.
this going, John?
Like, I'm asking you a question. Do you like cream cheese? What do you like it on? I'm just curious. God, you were talking about how you buy bagels every day, Nick. Do you like cream cheese on those bagels?
Yeah, I prefer having cream cheese on it over butter, over nothing. Cream cheese is fine. It's not. It's like, I don't know, like you're using this in a way that doesn't make sense. Like if it would be like me saying, "Hey, I really like oregano in my spaghetti sauce, but I don't like oregano by itself." Like oregano is not something you eat by itself. You just don't grab a spoon and start scooping oregano in your mouth. Just like you don't grab a spoon and start eating like cream cheese and butter. Like, of course you don't like cream cheese by itself. It's not designed to be consumed in that way. Are you following my?
No, I get your point. I probably used a bad example, but my question was like, what type of cream cheese do you like? Do you like
It
the
all
whipped
literally
cream
tastes
cheese?
the same. It
Really?
just spreads
Okay.
easier. Some of them do.
Interesting. I think whipped cream cheese is way better than the other stuff.
I mean, you can get like flavored kind, different brand
What do you
kind,
think
but
of the flavored stuff? Because is that like a big no-no? Because I'm kind of on the fence about that.
Is that a big no-no? Like
I'm
what?
serious.
What?
Like,
it's fine. I prefer the original probably,
okay.
but you might talk me into some sort of a, accented flavored
like
cream
a honey,
cheese.
like a honey almond cream cheese, something.
Yeah,
like that.
it might be okay. Just
But
like,
so what about strawberry cream cheese?
I think
I think it's an insult to cream cheese. You can't add fruit to cream cheese. It's disgusting.
Why?
It's just a personal preference.
You
Okay.
say it so like
What about you? Do you like whipped cream cheese? What's your deal, Carvelli?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't care. Like, here's the thing. I don't eat a lot of bagels.
Okay.
I don't eat many bagels, which therefore that eliminates 99% of the use of cream cheese according to you.
That is true.
So what I will say I like it on, because I also, like you, I don't like it by itself because nobody does. I will say so. Two things that I would like to bring this up in is like the dessert sphere,
Oh.
because you get cream cheese icing
Okay.
that people put on cakes and stuff like that, and then around Thanksgiving, typically, my family makes pumpkin rolls,
Put a little
is-
cream cheese on those. Yeah.
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
like
Ah.
basically a big thing of pumpkin bread, and you roll it up with like cream cheese inside,
Mhm.
and it's pretty good.
Interesting.
So there, I like it.
Okay.
I like it there. I like Nick said, if you have it in like a buffalo chicken dip, if you have it in other stuff, it's usually fine. Like I'm fine with it. But yeah, I'm not a huge bagel person. I'll do it occasionally. I actually sometimes like to do a different flavored one
Oh.
with a
okay.
bagel. Just to give
Like a
it
chive and onion, or like
I
a
don't like onions.
like a pumpkin spice, like a smoked salmon cream cheese. You like that, John? No. I'm on the list of the 50 most popular cream cheeses in the USA. Number 1 is the original cream cheese from Philadelphia. Number 2,
Go Phillies.
creamy, spicy pepper jack spreadable cheese from
No.
the Laughing Cow.
No.
Interesting.
Number 3, John's favorite, whipped cream cheese.
Oh,
from
it's the
Philadelphia.
best, guys. It is the best. I bet if we did a poll and we had all of our listeners, I bet whipped cream cheese would win.
Strawberry comes in at number 9. Zesty California jalapenos come in at number 14.
I actually think like a strawberry is good though. Like John hates it.
I don't know. I have a problem with it.
So I'd like to talk about other types of cheeses.
Cream rankings. Yes, the Phoning It In Power cream rankings.
It's just
Right.
With
So let's first list them.
162 episodes, and this is what the show has.
We've got cream cheese.
Yep.
We've got whipped cream.
Love it.
We've got sour cream.
Hate it.
We've got, I guess, is cottage cheese is not a cream.
No,
is it?
that's the
And
worst
it's
food
last.
in the world.
Yeah, that was on like every elementary school buffet.
Ugh.
And the kids who ate that were the weirdest kids. Sorry, Donna. Those kids were the weirdest kids at the school. Whoever got that white, runny,
Ugh.
clumpy, chunky cottage cheese
And then mix
that
it with like
was
applesauce
pumped.
and stuff.
There's not
Ugh.
a single cow was milked to produce the dairy in whatever that.
What about
What?
yogurt? Is yogurt a cream? Like it's not really like a cream, but it
I
kind of.
was say you're just getting into dairy products now, John.
So I would probably go whipped cream 1, cream cheese 2, sour cream bottom of the list, cottage cheese not even near the list.
Yeah.
I think that's
think-
a pretty universal agreed upon list, by the way.
Yeah, I
Who
think
doesn't
it is
like whipped
too.
cream?
Yeah, and that's why whipped cream cheese is the best because it's like the best of the two best
What
types
about-
of cream.
What about like your heavy creams? Your cream that you put in like coffee.
Coffee.
Ooh, coffee creamer. That's an interesting one because it's very crucial for a lot of people.
It is.
I watched a TikTok
I
recently.
use that way more than whipped cream.
What about whipped
I,
cream in the coffee?
I remember when I was in college, you know, like whenever you growing up, there's all these things that maybe I'm speaking out of turn here. All these different types of foods that like you just when you were 12 years old, you know you wanted to grab the Pillsbury icing container and just eat it with a spoon, the whole thing. You know you wanted to. Icing's incredible. But like your parents aren't gonna let you do that, right? So what does Nick do his freshman year of college? He goes to Kroger and he picks up the Pillsbury cream and he eats the whole freaking jar. I mean, it happened. So the other thing,
It happened way after freshman year.
oh yeah, it happened all
It
the
happened
time.
when we lived together.
You would just eat it with
we
a
would-
spoon?
we would just
Dude,
split it. We would split it.
Live, man. Live. Treat
I
yourself.
don't like cake icing unless it's really light and fluffy and like a whipped icing.
Yeah, you like air. Clearly, you the more air pumped into food, the more you like it. The other thing is coffee creamer. Like growing up, like I'm always looking at that, like, hey man, I wonder what that tastes like. I get to college, I try like just coffee creamer straight, just like a lovely French vanilla one. It is the sweetest tasting thing I've ever tried in my life, and it is incredible.
Yeah.
And I watched a TikTok like 2 weeks ago from some guy from Britain who was like visiting the States, and like
Oh,
they
yeah.
they don't put the same type of cream in their coffee. They put just like milk, and he like thought it was legitimately like a dessert shot that people would like keep in their fridge, and he was just like drinking it straight. So coffee cream is probably above cream cheese on my list. It's probably up there with whipped cream.
The nice thing about the coffee creamer is it comes in so many flavors. Like around the holidays, you can get a mocha peppermint, you can get a hazelnut, you could get a French vanilla.
It can make any terrible coffee taste great.
Oh yes, but yeah, 100%. It also cools it down enough for like you can just drink it. You don't have to like burn your.
John and I, now we're in our 30s.
It's true.
Black coffee, baby.
I was
We
going
have
to
to
say
worry.
we're spending so much of this episode about cream. When
We
you
have
guys
to
both
worry
had
about
birthdays,
diabetes and other things, so we can't be eating icing tubs or cream. I personally use almond milk in my coffee.
I do as well.
So yeah, that's
I do. Well, I do the almond like creamer instead of like regular coffee creamer. Yes.
I just used straight almond milk.
Could I tried oat milk for a little bit, but it wasn't as good.
What?
It didn't do it for me.
Oat milk's the best.
So it's interesting when you add milk or oat milk to coffee, I just feel like it tastes like bad coffee. At least coffee creamer, while it's much more unhealthy, at least it gives it like some taste. Like I'd rather have it just black where I can taste the coffee beans or give me something sweet.
Yeah.
But really quickly before we move on to our birthdays, since we're not going to talk about cream for the rest of the time, sour cream. Do you guys like sour cream?
No. Okay, what happens if your milk gets sour? It's bad. It's spoiled.
Yeah.
Cream
That's
is
fair.
not supposed to be sour. That literally means the dairy is spoiled.
Interesting. Good point. I only like it in the mashed potato recipe I was telling you. It has cream cheese. It also has sour cream.
Holy crap.
It's so good, guys.
I bet those are pretty creamy.
It's like butter, cream cheese, sour cream, and then you add some potatoes.
Where's butter on your list of butter? Is technically a cream, John. Where are you putting it?
I would say it's below cream cheese and whipped cream.
Okay. If anybody else has creams for John to add to his ranking,
But I only eat sour cream in burrito bowls. Like that's it. Maybe a burrito. Maybe. But that's like it. I don't like sour cream on anything else.
I don't love it.
If it comes on your taco, you send it back.
If I don't ask for it, yeah. The nice thing about a burrito is you have so much like warm stuff in a burrito or a burrito bowl to get the little temperature fluctuation, get a little bit of cooler sour cream or guac. It kind of makes it a little bit nice. Like you get a little bit of the temperature sensation there, which is why I like it. I don't love the taste of it. It's just nice creamy coldness.
It is. I will say it is the worst when you go to like a Mexican place and you ask for no sour cream. And then
they just throw a big dollop
they
on
give it
top.
to you because I'm a person who can't tell them that I want to send it back. So I will just eat it.
Or just try to like spoon it off the top.
Yeah, like I'll try to get as much of it away as I can or like eat around it as much. But yeah.
Its residue is so apparent. Ugh.
But yeah, we've been. I did have one other thing. It wasn't legitimately on our list, but in this terrible week that we've all had, this week that's felt like a month or a year or whatever, there was a bright spot, two bright spots.
Michael's got a half birthday coming up, I think, right?
That would be in about a month.
Yeah.
We actually had 3 birthdays this week, guys. Not 2. Marlo's 9th birthday was today.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
John claps.
Number 9.
Wow. I
Happy
didn't
birthday
realize,
to Marlo. Also,
realize
happy
she was that old.
Happy 35th to John. Happy 35th to John. And happy 30th to Nick.
Thank you. What a moment.
32. 32, by the way, folks. Not
32.
35.
I'm 30, thank you. Not 32.
How does it feel to be 30, Nick? Like, was it like depressing? Was it like you're halfway to 60, man? Like that's,
Well, here's the thing. This is probably I don't want to put words into Nick's mouth. This is probably the best birthday Nick's had.
It was a pretty good birthday. I took off work on Friday. Nothing really happened over the weekend. But yeah, I mean, usually people, I think when they probably turn 30, it's that realization of holy crap, I'm getting old, and they probably try to do things to make them feel young. And for me, I didn't really do something that made me feel young.
Nick,
So that wasn't great. But great birthday. Great birthday. Good to be 30.
it's
You know, if you're following the philosophies of our favorite Pixar film, Soul,
I've not seen that yet, by the way.
you know,
God.
you're living your life every day. You know, birthday is just another day. If you're doing your part throughout the year, you don't have to worry about the shock of number 30.
Do birthdays put things in perspective to you guys? Like, to your point, Nick, like a birthday, like you're basically the same person you were now than you were a week ago. Like you happen to have been on the earth for 30, whatever. But like to me, when I got older, it's just like, okay, I'm not like 18 anymore. Like, I don't know. It just adds like, it's just a weird, it's like one, not as special anymore because you don't have like a birthday party with all your like, well, especially this year, but like, you know, when you're like, I just remember when I was little and it would be like all my friends came over, we played video games and drank Mountain Dew and Surge and ate like sugary candy all night. And we stayed up all night. It was great. And now it's just like, oh, okay, I had a birthday. Like, here's a cake. You want like, now it's like, I just like, don't feel bad, like pampering myself like that. That's what my birthday has turned into. It's like, I'm going to order food 2 times this weekend. Like,
Yeah. I'm putting sugar in my coffee this morning. I don't care. I'm living. That's what I did on my 30th birthday. I put a little sugar in there. I never do that.
Yeah.
I think it's just shocking though to like think about how quickly time is moving, and everyone tells you about how the older you get, the faster time goes. And for me, just like thinking about the decade from 20 to 30 and how freaking quickly that went. That probably feels like that should have been like 20% of my life, like a fifth of my life, but that's a third of my life right there. And that just does not feel like it.
That's
at all.
It's a good point.
So it just makes me like worried, like, holy crap, what's it going to be like when I turn 40? Like what's the decade of 30 to 40 going to feel like? How much faster is that going to feel?
Can you like press the pause button, you know, like, can you slow it down? Cause it's so cliche. Everyone's always like, oh, you know, like if like when you have kids or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, they're going to grow up before you know it, but they actually are.
Yep.
Like it's boom, boom, boom. It's fascinating. It's so fascinating. I think your point about the 20 to 30 though, like, holy shit, man. Like
that decade was a flash, absolute flash, you know, and like I said, think about 30 to 40. I'm sure it's going to be faster.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think you guys, I haven't had like a milestone birthday
get ready for 30,
in a
buddy.
while.
21 was the last one. Hey, car insurance went down to 25.
I've got to get my own health insurance at 26.
Car insurance went down like
That
$11.
one. But
Hey, that's another thing. Everyone told you that your car insurance was going to go down at 25. It went down like $10 a month. Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Like that's what that was. So that's a milestone. Sorry, continue, Michael.
But yeah, so I'm at this point like 8+ years removed from the last time that like a birthday was like a thing. So it does right now feel like they've all just been kind of another day. I am interested to see once I am out of my 20s as the lone member of this podcast still in their 20s. I'm interested to see when I get to be as old as you all, you know, if that wisdom imparts on me, if I feel any different. You know, I don't know. We'll see if I start wearing hats. I don't know. Who knows?
You can do a bunch of different things. It's
But yeah, I don't know. Happy birthday to you guys. I hope you know, it's an odd time to have a birthday. It's, you know, August it was odd. This is the same.
honestly though, like
It's weird to be simultaneous. Like this year is so odd because it feels like we are moving forward, obviously because we're all getting older.
but we're in the
Also,
same
we
fucking
just feel
place.
like stuck in time at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's a strange, I don't know, strange time.
It's like,
Yeah,
how is
you're
this
like-
different than March? And that was 9 months
It's
ago.
not. Yeah.
Well, it would. Yeah, I loved your comment that it would be weird to have a birthday during this. When I'm thinking like literally everyone's going to. We're only 2 months
Right.
away from the full cycle
Yeah.
of everyone having a birthday during this.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I appreciate the birthday wishes, Michael.
Of course.
It was enjoyable. Hopefully, when yours comes around, hopefully we'll be vaxxed up and ready to mingle.
Can't wait for us to. Where are we going for?
LA. I can't go anywhere.
That's true. Yeah, we'll all be in LA.
I'm buying flights. You guys come to LA.
That'll be.
I've been investing in airlines through their downturn, so I'm going to cash out and buy flights.
There we go.
Reinvest in the airlines.
That's it. August number 30 will be in LA. All vaxxed up. John.
Quick tip. Quit phoning it in.
John's
Tip.
gonna bring cream.
Yes, I am. Only
Whipped.
cream cheese, whipped. So car insurance. You make the joke about car insurance. I have recently, when I bought my home, I used an insurance broker to like go find me good like home insurance.
Yeah.
And basically like they go out and they like get all the quotes and they have relationships with these places. I recently used the same insurance broker to do my car insurance. Because I was using Geico, but the problem is like I feel like Geico spends so much money on like marketing and advertising, like their rates have to be higher. I got like insurance at like an A+ rated like insurance place that you've never heard of because they don't spend any money on marketing, and it was so much fucking cheaper. Insurance brokers, people, insurance brokers. I'm not one, but I strongly encourage you to use one.
Man. What a
What a
message,
plug.
What a message to end on from our resident 32-year-old.
Drinking his dark beer.
But yeah,
Prune juice, probably.
unless anybody else has anything else, I think we're good to wrap up. What do you guys think?
It's sad your tree's not there anymore.
I know I'm back to work.
I did notice that. I know.
I'm back to work.
I was hoping you'd leave it up. Holiday
Just keep
spirit.
Just
Is
keep
there
it
anything worse, by the way, than cleaning up after Christmas? Like
Yeah.
it sucks. It's
awful.
just, it's a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're cleaning up happiness, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
But yeah, that's all we got for this week, guys. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to us, whether it's on your podcast app or on Spotify or on YouTube or wherever else. Give us a 5-star rating and review while you are there. Nick, where can they reach us on the socials?
As always, phoning it in pod on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Phoning it in podcast at gmail.com. Then give us a call, leave a voicemail, 304-627-1889.
That's right. And as always, we're going to give a shout out to Miguel Sevilleon for our theme song. Check out Saving Miles Lemon on Spotify or Apple Music. And with that, that's all we have for this week. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.